Happy Tuesday Night Live, everybody. Okay, so it's March 33rd, which we will never have that happen again. I've never in my 30-year career ever had corporate computers crash and give us one day. And then, well, it didn't crash. That's why they didn't give us one day. End of the month fell on Easter. So they knew that they want us to be with our families and stuff. And I appreciate the company being sensitive to that. So they gave us an extra day. Well, then yesterday, we couldn't send in agreements. We couldn't send in orders. I opened mine up and it said I had no consultants that have ordered all month. And I'm like, what? And it wouldn't let me send a link to a girl to do her agreement. So they gave us till tonight. So here's how close we are to our goals. We are only 6 orders away from hitting 65 orders, 6 orders away. And actually, carry orders now, we're 5 orders away, 5 orders away from hitting our 65 orders. And we will have 2 huge drawings. And then our goal was to get 18 agreements in, and we have 10. I know for a fact I have at least 1 more going in tonight, maybe 2. I think Charlene has maybe 1. I know we can get to 8, you guys. I know we can get 8 more. Y'all know 8 people who don't want to pay retail. So let's all, if there's 8 of us on here, if everybody got 1, we'd be done, right? And I know Lori's working on her goals. Lori, how close are you? How many more agreements do you want to get in by tonight? 3 more?
At least 3. At least.
So if Jen does 1 and Lenore does 1 and you do 2, then that's 4. So, right?
That's why we're going to have a fast meeting.
That is why we're going to have a fast meeting. So I'm super glad that you guys are going to be on. So you heard us probably right before the meeting, we did a training on how to do a 5 in 5 appointment. It's called Fab 5 in 5 minutes, and it goes over the scripts and everything. So look at my YouTube channel if you're watching the recording for a video that says Fab in 5 training. All the information is on boards. It's on our boards app, but it's really about you guys taking your date book and taking you wherever you are mentally. Maybe you're like, I feel a little behind. Like I only have 1 party on my books for the whole month of April. You can literally, you guys turn your date book and your business around on a dime with this concept. So for those of you who are seasoned, I'm going to say been and married case 6 months or longer, make a list of 30 people you know, and you send out that exact text of exactly what she said. I need to know if I can, I'm doing this challenge and can I borrow you for 5 minutes? I'll make it worth your while, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to worry about what 5 products you're going to share yet. Just book them. And if she says, well, when are you available? Say, well, I'm available from noon to 1 tomorrow. I mean, don't even schedule very far out. You guys could all schedule a whole bunch. And one of your challenges is going to be to book one tonight. We're going to end a few minutes early. And the goal is to book at least 1 5x5 appointment tonight. So I need you to get your phones ready when we get off the meeting, and you're going to start texting. It could be family. If your family's not supportive, it could be friends, could be girlfriends, could be somebody on instant messenger because you know them through Facebook. Does that make sense? So it's going to be amazing, you guys. What's cool about this, and this is what I was sharing with Lori earlier, is it builds your confidence. I don't know about you all, but and then notice, she says, one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to pull out a fact sheet and read them all the ingredients of like Radiance Peel. You will lose them. It's the high energy of, oh my gosh, you guys, this peel is amazing. It's face, throat, and neck. Look at this before and after picture. It's amazing. It's an incredible thing. It goes 2 layers deep. Oh my gosh, it's $60. I don't even know how much it is, $64, whatever, however much it is, and tell her the price. And then you go to the next product. You guys saw how she did her product. It was, for those of you who are detail oriented, you're like, wait a minute, she didn't say anything. That's the whole point. She kept it short, sweet, upbeat, connecting with a woman. They literally spent 5 minutes when they got on the phone or on Zoom together talking about their kids. So again, you're developing relationships. Remember that saying, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care, right? So think about what products you have in your inventory that maybe one is an eye cream and you show 2 eye creams and you say, okay, I really believe in eye cream. I think everyone over 18 needs an eye cream. My favorite is Repair. And maybe you change it based on the age of the person you're doing this to. If they're close to 40, I'd show them the Repair eye cream, even if they're not on the set. Does that make sense? And maybe you show hydrogel eye patches. But I love the fact that mineral sunblock, I would definitely put mineral sunblock in there because most people don't know we have that. They love seeing what's new. If you've got pedicure kits, show a pedicure kit. Now, if you have limited edition, if you've got those hand creams that sold out, show them hand creams. I don't have any. The few that I got are gone. So, but utilize that. And you guys, I'll tell you, her texts are what's magical. They're not long. They're not wordy. They're not over the top. They're straightforward, super simple, super easy. Okay. Anybody have a comment or a question about the Fab 5 in 5 minutes? 5 products in 5 minutes. No, y'all are
Or
good.
do you want to ask your question?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you, I was having a hard time getting onto Zoom. Did you play a video before you started recording?
Yes, in fact, I did a 25-minute training, so you'll be able to go on my YouTube channel by
Oh, good.
tonight and look for something that says Fab 5 and 5, you know, 5
Thank
products
you.
in 5 minutes.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. And then once you go on board, you'll be able to see all the links for everything. Carrie, did you have a question or anyone else have a question?
I do. I have. Go ahead. Whoever else. I go.
Okay,
first,
Shalane,
but I
go
have
ahead,
one.
babe.
Oh, I was going to turn my video on tonight. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll without it. Oh, there it is. Hi everybody. I have a question about that because since I'm just starting out, I don't know when the 60th anniversary actually was. So if I were to like try
It's
this
this
5
year.
and 5,
So it's
okay,
this
so I
year.
could still say this is in like the 60th anniversary. I mean, for me, some of my people, if they've never done Mary Kay before, it would be like
Everything's going to be new to
their
them.
first time. So it's so I don't have to necessarily
So
say new
if it's
products.
brand new people, I would probably do something like the charcoal mask. I would probably even do micellar water eye makeup remover because the eye makeup remover is our #1 seller. And so you could even do our eye makeup remover, and you could, if you wanted to, you could bundle it with a mascara or not. So yeah, if you need any help with that, just reach out to Carrie or I can suggest 5
Will do.
products that you could go with. I would definitely
then-
do skincare.
And then would I share about the pink ring if I haven't already to those people too, or is that doing too much at once?
You could like at the end, because you don't want to confuse you could at the end say, by the
Yeah.
way, I don't know if you saw my earlier text, but I have the opportunity. I'm just finishing my pink ring. And so anything that you purchase ends up counting for that. And here's the deal though, the people who are going to care about your pink ring and help you are your BFF, the very closest people. An acquaintance, honestly, they don't care.
Yeah. So I probably would only, I wouldn't talk about the pink ring unless
So
it
if
was,
it's like your aunt, your grandmother, your best, you know, those kind of people, those like closest people to you in your life, then yeah, I would definitely share about the pink ring. But can you guys imagine now, Charlene, you're a perfect example. You don't know a lot about the products yet. So if you picked 5 products and you talked about them 5 minutes and 5 products, just 1 minute per product, you're going to get really good after about the 3rd or 4th call.
Yeah.
And so just think about that. How is that going to build your confidence? That's going to make you feel like, wow, I got this down.
I know this. Yeah. Carrie and I
And-
were talking about that last night. We were saying, she was saying that like, you're going to start off like reading the scripts and stuff. She's like, but once you've done it a few times, it starts to like get in your head and you're, be doing it like you're a pro.
So that's one of the, yeah, exactly. So that's one of those things where if you guys can have an opportunity where you learn every single time you're doing it. And to be honest with you, she says that she shows the repair set or the Time Wise Miracle set in every one. She changes up the other 4 items, but she always shows the skincare set. Now, if they're a regular customer that's already on it all the time, I'll tell you what, I'm still going to show it because you know why? They might buy a whole nother set for the discount. They might say, okay, well, I'm getting low on myself. I'll take another miracle set. Because if she can get 10, 15, or 20% off that, or 25% if she gives you enough referrals, then.
And it would be good. It'd also be good for me to do for people that aren't able to make it to my kickoff party. And they're like, okay, I want to check out whatever the next thing is. And it's like,
Yeah, in
by the
fact,
way, let's do 5 minutes. Can you have
that's-
5 minutes of your time?
Yeah, and I think that everybody's willing to give you 5 minutes of their time. And you have to honor that. And you have to say, let me set my timer now. Because you want to make sure that it's really intentional. If you go beyond the 5 minutes and you guys start chatting, that's fine. But I would be real intentional with your time because that just shows them that you respect their time.
Right.
And that's a
And
great
they're not just
segue.
BSing.
That's a
And
great
if
segue.
if they do talk about, which is fine, if they do talk about themselves, just like you said, we want to respect your time and, really stick to that, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great segue to talk about what's going on this week. Kim, did you have a real quick comment or question, babe? Did anyone else have a quick question? Marty, anybody else?
Lenore.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sandy, did you have a question?
Just real quick, well, #1, I wish I could help you and count because you just are inspiring. But the other thing is, are you doing this every week kind of thing, catching up at 6 o'clock?
I'm doing a more intense training every week at 6 o'clock because it's too hard to try to do it on Fridays at noon and whatever. So I'm just doing it every week at 6 o'clock. And it's usually one of Rebecca Evans' trainings, one of the 12 trainings. Tonight, I just got so excited about this. And I literally made a list and I started texting out. I only texted out to 8 people. 3 of my 8 have already said, yeah, I can give you 5 minutes. And I'm just thinking, and one of them had bought from me once a year ago, hasn't bought from me since.
Yeah.
And I almost thought about taking her off PCP. And it's like, you know what? I think she bought like a charcoal mask for me over a year ago.
Well, it's really, you're inspiring. Thank you.
Well, I mean, we all have leads, right? So, and for those of you guys who are newer, like the Rebecca's and the Shalane, then what I would do with those of you guys who are new, and even Marty, if you don't have a real big clientele, is I would go to look at who's in your phone. How you're going to get good. They're going to be so impressed. They're going to go, wow, she knows these 5 products. She's confident. She's on it. And if they don't live local to you, of course, you can CDS their order, right? And if they spend a certain amount of money, if they spend over $50, you could say, oh my gosh, here's a special deals for the month. I mean, you have all kinds of options. But since Shalane brought that up, here's what I want you guys to do is I want you guys really in April to be really, really aware of your time. Where are you spending time and where are you spending your money? Because where you're spending your time is worth a lot. So if Janice is going to do the work or Lori and I are going to do the work, please capitalize on that. So let's look at tomorrow night. So you're going to go, you can go on boards or you can go on Facebook, whichever you prefer. But if you scroll down, here's our April calendar. All right. So you can see everything that's going on. Here's the event that is tomorrow night. Now, Janice is going to talk about all the boosters. So if you're new, I can't imagine why you would not be on here tomorrow night. Unless you literally know all this stuff inside and out, I would definitely be on. She's going to show boosters, charcoal mask. It looks like Radiance Peel, lifting serum. So she's going to share some products that are targeted for your skin with specific things. They do certain things. So you guys could actually even use the lifting. I don't know if I would pull lifting serum out of the repair set, me personally, but you could do charcoal mask as one of your 5. Radiance Peel is one of your 5, maybe 2 of the boosters. That puts you at 3 right there. So Jackie, who is part of the marketing team and a makeup artist with Mary Kate, she's going to be on and they're giving away Kate Spade and giveaways. So let's say Shalane is on tomorrow and Shalane invites 7 people and 5 say yes, because if you have 3 or more guests on, you get a gift from me. So let's say Shalane's got 5, she's invited 7, 5 are jumping on. Out of those 5, 3 of the 5 place orders. Well, Shalane hasn't even done any of the work. Janice is doing all the work. And then her other guest wins a Kate Spade or wins a free mascara or whatever. So you guys, these events Lori and I pay for. These cost you nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
0. And the gal who translates, Yemi, she is hysterical. I mean, if you know anybody bilingual, I would just get him on to say, I'd love your opinion in Spanish. Can you let me know how well the translator did? Like use Yemi as your excuse. When they log into Zoom, there's a little button on the bottom. It looks like a globe and it says click here for interpretation. As soon as they click hit there, on comes Yemi a million miles an hour in Spanish. So this is the Zoom and the link is also in on boards. And just it's Janice's Wednesday or Thursday link. So we've got the flyer in English and here's a flyer in Spanish and Espanol. So Marty or whoever wants to send that out for Spanish. All right. But those are the events. And then on Thursday, we have a very special $1 million sales director. It's going to be a great sharing event. Even though I know the starts are $35, which is really no big deal. They're giving away 5 starts. Okay. So again, if you guys don't have anything booked that night, now I'm not trying to tie up all your evenings, but if you're home and you're alone or whatever, and you're going, you know, I could use some inspiration. I would jump on to hear these. Half the time, Lori and I, even if we don't have a guest, we're on to listen because I'm always inspired by these national stories. Always, always, always. And you just never know. I mean, I've had customers come on and say, hey, I don't want to have you on my team necessarily, but I really would love you as a talent scout. And then they kind of go, well, wait, maybe I want to join your team. So kind of funny how that works. But these are all posted for just this week. And then if you scroll down, you'll find all the events for the rest of the month. But I would utilize these. Now, if you guys look at the calendar, notice that on Monday is the red event. So all of you who have a team of 3 or more, 3 on your team, anybody can get 3 agreements by Monday, especially if you get a couple agreements in tonight because it's still $10. You get 3 agreements in by Monday, even if they're not all active. You qualify to go to this red event. And I don't know how Carrie feels. Carrie, maybe you could share. I love the red events because they usually have 3 new directors share and their backgrounds are like night and day different. The stuff that the obstacles they've overcome and all that would just blow your mind. So that's on Monday. Of course, Tuesdays are always our meetings. Wednesdays, Janice's beauty event. Now, the next Wednesday, she's got one for you guys. So please put this on your date book. She's got Wednesday the 10th. As finishing seminar. It's a goal thing. It's a training with Janice. Last time I think she had almost 300 people on. So that is not a guest event. That second one is all on finishing seminar and stuff. Now on Monday, the 15th, note, we are doing a live event in Concord. Live event in Concord. So if you guys are local, start lining up people now. Say, hey, Can I borrow your face on Monday the 15th? Mail your taxes in, come over, let's get cute. We're going to do skincare, microdermabrasion, and charcoal mask. We will have 15 minutes of the night where we just do foundation matching if they want their foundation matched. Then you guys notice the day that her skincare. She's got skincare right here. And then what is this one? Okay, so she's only got one skincare, right, Lori?
That's what it looks like.
Looks like only one skincare. Okay, and then this week it's all on getting into summer.
I have no
Heading
idea.
into summer. So it's all the summer product. And again, more Kate Spade. She doesn't normally do necessarily 2 Kate Spade giveaways. She's got 3 Kate Spade.
Wow.
Oh, this one's for consultants. So she's got the one on the 1st, which is tomorrow night, and the one on the last, Kate Spade and all kinds of product giveaways. And then every Thursday night's a sharing event.
Nice.
Okay, anybody have
What is
questions?
that? What is the Thursday night sharing event? What does that mean?
So Thursday night, who asked that?
Shalane.
Okay, so Thursday night sharing events, babe, is when the national comes on and does her story.
Oh, that's never mind. No. I do know. Sorry.
And then they say type I'm in for free. And I'll tell you
Okay.
what, you guys, I've had several that I invited just because they're a new client and I'm thinking I love her personality. I just want her opinion. And then she types that in. I'm like, what? And it's super exciting. Okay, anybody have questions on the events for the month or what's coming up? So tonight, it's still technically March. So if you guys have anybody on your team that hasn't ordered yet, if you haven't had a chance to order, I will tell you, everything you guys do, you may not realize it, your amount doubles. So if you do a $400 order tonight, it doesn't go on the scoreboard as 8, it goes on the scoreboard as 1,600. And pedicure kits were still in stock as of 3 hours ago, but I don't know if they're still in stock because I heard from somebody that one branch already sold out. I think it was Georgia. So pedicure kits are going to be a hot item. But Rebecca, if any of you guys, if you haven't ordered or if you haven't ordered what you want to finish, please, feel free to do. I do want to congratulate Kim for earning her 600 SOAR gift this month. I want to also congratulate Carrie McCurdy for maxing out for sales court this month. So did Sandy Shabbat. And Shalane also maxed out for sales court and for the princess. I know Shalane is so new. She's like, I don't even know what I've maxed out. But I just want to encourage you guys to keep taking advantage of it. And if you've got somebody special in your life that you're thinking, God, she'd be so good at Mary Kay. When we hang up in 20 minutes, just call her and say, okay, here's the deal. Are you sitting down? And no, I'm not having a baby unless you're pregnant.
Right.
And then if they laugh, like what you do, because I'm old and so I can't have a baby. If they laugh, I say, so are you sitting down? They go, yes. I said, okay, so I'm going to throw something out to you. This is a proposition of a lifetime. You could get 50% off all your Mary Kay products for the rest of your life for $10. What do you think? And see what they say. What's the worst thing they can say, right? Is no, I'd rather pay full price and stay a customer. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So make sure that your people know. Now, if you guys sent them the link, do you all know how to send a link out for the new consultant? You all know how to do a link?
Mm-hmm.
I know Carrie does. I know Shalane, you do. Okay. So you all know how to send out the link. Okay. All right. So I've asked Lori to share a little bit about seminar. I don't know how many of you guys, who here has been to Dallas to seminar? I know Carrie has, Marty has, Sandy has. Okay. So I will tell you guys. Oh, that's right, Jen, you went as well. So Lori, share a little bit about seminar, the dates, and why do you feel people need to go? And do you remember back your first seminar?
You would stress me with that, wouldn't you?
What?
It's only been 32 years. Okay. All right. Let's start with the dates. Okay. So August. We're in August, and since we went first last time, we are last this time. So we're the last seminar. So the company has it from Tuesday the 6th through Friday the 9th of August.
So the 6th through the 9th, but if you're going to be a DIQ or a director, you come in on the 5th.
5th. You need to be there on the 5th
So the
because
5th
that's
through
what
the
the
9th.
direct.
Okay. And Southwest is having specials, so always be looking for airfare. Okay. So Lori, tell us a little bit about your first seminar experience. Were you a red jacket? How long, just roughly, like?
You told me I was a red jacket, so I guess I was a red jacket.
Well, your mom was there with you, and I just remember both of you at seminar.
Yes. I was blown away. Okay. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I was happy to be there because at that time, my sister lived there. We had a 1-year-old. Yeah, he was 1. We had a 1-year-old, and my sister had a 1.5-year-old. So that was all fun. So I had no idea what it was going to be like. And it I was very impressed with the organization and with the hugeness of it, and how everything was so organized, and the way that the company handled the capacity, or I mean the capacity of women, just the vast hordes of women. So anyway, and maybe some others, who have had more recent first experiences might have something else to say. But what we know is right now is, the dates. We know that the airfare, except for Lenore, doesn't have to pay airport fare. But there is a bit of a cost. And, we usually have a block of rooms at the Fairmont, and there's a cost to that. So start putting aside some of your pennies, and we can talk more about apps later. But put it on your date book, and get ready, because it's going to be fabulous, just like it always is.
So Lori, did you experience anything at that first one? You didn't really know what to expect. And I find that's always the most fun, is because you literally don't know what to expect, which was Marty's experience last year because she'd never been. So you go not really knowing. And then when you walked away, you obviously were impressed with the company and all that, but how was your thinking different after you were there?
Well, it was solidified, and actually, okay, I have to say that my first one, Mary Kay herself, the woman, was there.
Right.
And listening to her made all the difference, because she was the change factor. Now, again, I don't know. I would like to hear, Jen was there for the first time, excuse me, last year. So I don't know what, I would love to hear like a couple of words. Jen, give me
both Jen and Marty. I'd love for you guys to unmute if you don't mind. Marty, can you unmute for a minute, or Jen, unmute, either one of you?
I am.
Okay, so Jen, I don't know if you knew what to expect. We told you it was going to be a big hoo-ha, and you saw a couple of video clips. When you went, how was it for you? And then when you left, how were you changed or impacted?
So I didn't really have any expectations when I went. And when I left, I was very, very, I was rededicated, and I had set my self expectations higher, because I saw so many women who had done that and had achieved their goals. And then the other thing that impressed me was just the number of women, just how many women, and from every walk of life, every kind of faith, every kind of skin tone, every kind of hair, every kind of shoes. It was a huge variety of people, and that really impressed me. The other thing, which is kind of a technical thing, is I didn't really realize how cold it was going to be.
What?
Cold. Because I was
cold?
because I was way back up in the seating, and it was, the air conditioning was on, and it was cold. So I'm taking a sweater this year. Although what I also learned is that I was stuck way up there because I hadn't achieved very much. The more you achieve, the closer you are to the stage, and you're with people who've achieved more. So that was a huge incentive for me to be like, okay, well, even if I don't have a personal, have to prove anything to myself, I still want to be warmer, and I still want to be with the high achievers. So
there you go. No, that's great.
Yeah.
So I love what you said, how it made you feel rededicated, and that you were impressed with how many women, different sizes, different shapes, different skin tones, different ages. And that was one of the things that also impacted me, because I thought there was the Mary Kay type. I was really young. I was 22, I think, when I went, maybe, 22. I wasn't married yet. So I was 22. And I think back at that, thinking 22, God, that was young. And I went to seminar at 22, just cynical. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought, oh, Mary Kate, like she's a real person, big deal. And all these pink cars are gaudy. And like, I didn't get it at all. But I wanted to go as a red jacket because Janice just said, well, that's a really important step because red jackets stand out from everybody else. You don't want to just be in a C as a consultant. I thought, okay, well, then I'm going to get to red. I didn't really know what that meant. I mean, I knew it was 3, but I didn't really know anything about the red jacket position. I didn't understand the commissions. I just knew that I wanted to get to 3, but I was waiting to see the type. And what I realized when I got there is no type. There was a woman in her 80s that was crowned. There was people that don't speak any English that were being crowned. There were people who said, oh, I live in this village and I don't have a car. And so every night before I go to bed, I set a miracle set by my door and I don't go to bed until I sell it. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, I'm sitting here going, man, I can't whine. I have an air conditioned car. Like, get over it. So I was totally blown away with that there wasn't a type, that there was every age, every ethnicity. And honestly, now I think it's more diverse than it's ever been. I think you will see literally 18 to 20-year-olds as well as 70 to 80-year-old, like you'll see it all.
And all kinds of faiths, which
Yeah.
I thought was really more, that impressed me more, I think, than anything else. And the other thing I really, really liked, because it was so out of my experience, was I went to the Sunday morning service by Dr. Lorinda King. Oh my goodness. It just was so inspiring. And we got up and danced and we praised, and
Yep.
it was just amazing. The whole weekend-ish was really, really great. Yeah.
And
Totally worth
what you do find when you're hanging around positive people, you have that new energy about you. And guess what that does? That attracts other people. When we are feeling like, woe is me, nobody's booking, nobody's buying, and we walk around with our head kind of down, then what do we expect? In fact, Tony Robbins does this all the time. Like if I had, let's say, Susie Q behind this wall, and I said, you guys, okay, Susie Q is depressed. What does she look like? If you guys couldn't look at her physically, but I wanted you to describe her, how would you typically describe her if she's actually depressed? Would you say that her head's up or her head's down?
down, shoulders
Down, okay.
slumped,
Would you say
yeah.
that she's got eye contact or is she probably looking down?
probably looking down,
Is she sitting upright, really straight, or has she got her shoulders slumped?
probably slumped.
Yeah, and so all of those things describe that. So you get to control the energy you put out, and what you give out is what you get more of. So if you're feeling kind of wah, then maybe like get it fixed. Turn on some upbeat. Find a song that really moves your soul and dance for 2 or 3 minutes, then walk out the door if you're not feeling good. But I think this 5 and 5 promotion where you can literally meet with people, I think probably the first 1 or 2, I'll probably totally flub up. I'll probably like, I don't know, maybe forget a product or forget a price or whatever, but I'm going to write it down. But it's not hard. It's 5 products, for heaven's sake. Okay, Marty, I
I
would
want to hear
love for
from
you to
Marty
share.
too.
Yeah, I would love Marty to share a little bit about going to seminar. It was your first seminar experience, Marty. Can you come and unmute?
Yes, hi everyone. It was my first experience, and something you guys are missing to say. It was like so nice to actually get tips from everyone. Coming down the stage, everyone just came in and started telling you what they did. You were in a class and they were actually having the time to meet up with you, not just to take pictures, but also tell you what they did, how they did it, how long they did it, exactly detail by detail. And that was huge for me because you don't see somebody successful just throwing out their tips for free everywhere to anywhere, you know? And that was like huge. It was like you can actually talk to these ladies and they are so nice. They are, you know, so down to earth because they did the work from day one. And they are so humble, but also they still want to hustle. They still, you know, want to keep going. And that energy, it was everything that you say, you all say, but also that energy was not just motivational, inspiring, but something to look up to and make you think, if they can do that and the way they are saying it, it sounds so simple. It's not, but you might be able to do it. And once you put that on your head, you are just like, oh, maybe I can do that. And you start working on those ideas. And that was so inspirational to me. That I took that as I can do that for anything in life. I was
So
just forgetting that.
What was your greatest surprise, Marty? What did you go expecting one thing and you got something else? What was different that you expected?
I think for me was like I've been to conference before for another companies like the healthcare industry and telecommunications industry. So it was always sort of like that event where you have like a big moment where everybody, shares something and the music and then the news. Overall, from the company side, I was blown up away, but a lot was put into it. Not just new products, not just the show itself. Like you guys have like so many musicians on that event, so many products out there. The cars were there. That's huge. You don't see cars, makeup, and food. The food that was so good too. I mean, the customer service of the people that was helping was amazing. Overall, I never saw something on the other companies that I work for. I never saw something so put together that well.
Mhm.
That was major. That's
They
from the
pay attention to
company. And from
detail,
the
like, yeah.
human, yeah, and from the human side, like every single representative that I met, that was working was super nice. And every single consultant and even new people that was there, they were like, "Oh, I'm excited, I'm here. Oh my God." It was like you talk to anyone, any woman there, and it's gonna be like, "I want to be your friend." It was so
Exactly.
nice.
And I think it was neat. I watched your face when they had Peru and all the other international countries come across. Brazil was there and Peru was there, and Marty's like, "Oh my God, that's my country." And so
I
it was
almost
really cool to
cried.
watch you.
Yeah, I was super excited to see them. And I actually got to talk to them. I went to them. And one thing this lady said to me, she's like, "You guys are selling in dollars. What are you doing? You should be selling more. There's more money here to, you mean, like you earn more money here and that what they do over there." And that's the first, that was her vision. Like
They make a
when
smaller percentage. They don't make 50% like we do here. Wow.
exactly. And she was just like, "What? You can make more here. Like, what are you doing?" She's like, "I want to buy a house with you." And I mean, she sold that amount of product out there that she can actually buy a house here. And she shared her secrets. She say, always take care of everybody that is around you. Always take care of your clients. And
Nice.
that was basically it. Like I just met her and she was sharing stuff with me. It was awesome.
Thank you, Marty, for sharing that. I love one of the things that you shared was about how it's so different from other companies where everybody's willing to share an idea. And I have to say, my first seminar, I was very like leery. It's like, okay, if you're the queen, why in the world would you share your idea with me? Like I was in corporate and although I was not in sales, I did sales training, and I remember the sales meeting every week. Whoever was the top salesperson for the week, they weren't going to stand up and share how they did it. Are you flipping kidding me? They kept it a secret, and they got their round of applause and their cup of coffee, and they walked out of the room. Nobody was sharing nothing. Nobody was sharing an idea. And in Mary Kay, you literally, I gave you guys all a survey, and it says, ask 5 directors with a bumblebee on their #1 team building tip. And you walk up to them and you say, "Hi, can you give me your favorite team building tip?" And they go, "Sure." And they share an idea. And I'm thinking, in corporate, you don't get to go up to people and say, "Can you share your best tip with me?" They just don't do that. So we are a very, very unique company. Thank you, Marty, so much for sharing. I greatly appreciate you.
I had a boss in the brokerage business when I first started Mary Kay, and I told her about, if I have an idea and you have an idea, we both have 2 ideas. And she's like, "What? You
Yeah.
guys do
Mary
that?"
Kay. That is Mary Kay, the person herself.
Yep.
Lenore wanted to say a couple
I
of
know,
things.
Lenore, I want to have Lenore and Carrie both share about seminar. Lenore, can you unmute and come on and tell us a little bit about your seminar experience?
My very first seminar experience was when I was newly married and living in Florida. It was about 1992. I had the most amazing recruiter. She had worked for a very famous modeling firm. So she was about 6'1". She was a red jacket. She told me everywhere to go, when to be there, what to do. The food was always provided. I loved that. We were staying at the Adolphus, which was amazing. My national seemed like she was on stage all the time. This was Emeritus Nancy Sullivan, and that's when they first opened Mexico.
Mhm.
And obviously all of the training and everything like that. But then my recruiter said, "You have to go Sunday." And they did a candlelight ceremony. And we were in that main arena
Mhm.
with all these candles. She
Mhm.
said, "You'll never be the same."
Nope.
And Mary Kay herself was there,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was amazing. And that candlelight ceremony just blew me away. So yeah.
So Lenore, let me ask you a question. So when, if you can remember back, because I know you've been to several seminars, what would you say was the biggest transition for you from before you went to then all of a sudden you went? Like, and it could be any one of the years that you went, but it's like, what was your greatest transformation, I guess, of from before seminar to after seminar?
I would get home and I'd want to put in place everything that I learned. And I unfortunately let my fear get in my way. And I would get very depressed. I suffered from depression and I didn't know it. And now I'm under a doctor's care. And so I'm really looking forward to this year to not having that depression afterward. Because I have you, I have Janice, I have Lori, I have medication.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I don't have a job. I mean, I don't have a
Oh, you do
job.
have a career, baby. You have a job.
No, I
It's
do.
called, yeah, Impact
Yeah,
Lives.
but I don't have a job, and
Right.
it's really exciting. So that's my two. Thank you.
Great, Lenore. Thank you so much for that. So Miss Carrie McCurdy, you've been to, I don't know how many seminars, 5?
9.
Now, oh, wow, I wasn't even close. 9. This last year, she was smart enough to take her husband, who now has become her biggest cattle prod under her wings. Like, babe, get out the door. And like, now that Quentin knows what's possible, he is all over Carrie. So Carrie, do you remember back to your first seminar when you
Yep.
kind of maybe didn't even know what to expect? How was seminar for you? What was your greatest surprise?
Well, I actually went my first year and I was a red jacket and I was in all the prize parade, whatever. I think I was one of Janice's top 10, which was just whoa. I was down at the bottom. I mean, I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, but still your first year?
Yep. And then the second year, I didn't do the court. I didn't do everything all year. I missed it by 1 month, and that really bummed me out. So I made sure I didn't ever do that again. And then the last 3 years, I've been in the court. So
Of
I
sales.
get
You've
to-
gotten a chance to walk on stage and get a diamond ring.
Yep. And have the court dinners. And yes, last year I was number 2 in Janice, so that was pretty cool.
And you got
of
to go to the
queen.
tell them about the royalty reception.
Yep, I got to go to the royalty. It's really cool. My husband was awesome. He just kind of held my purse and followed behind me the whole time. He's a good guy. But it was really fun. And then I came home and I'm in DIQ. So there you go. I think the best thing I can tell you guys is you will learn from everybody that everybody gets stuck. It is hard for everybody, but the difference is they don't stay on the hard. They move past it, and that's what I think I got the most out of it is they help you understand that everybody goes through that. It's not just you. It's not just, people don't like you or nobody's buying it. No, they all get the same thing. They get the nose, they get the, I don't need skincare, or I don't like Mary Kay, or whatever the thing be. A lot of them had family that do not back them up, significant others. So you kind of sit there and go, wow, okay, like Diane said, what's wrong with me? I mean, I remember Janice told us about the lady in the wheelchair, and I've seen her several times at seminar, and she literally has no arms or legs, but she is on the top of the board. So you kind of have to go, okay, am I broken? I grew up in a very crazy childhood, but I always realized that there were people that were worse off than I was. It's kind of like that. You finally realize Okay, we all got our stuff. It's how we carry it, and just make
But I think what you said is brilliant, because it's basically what I think you're saying is like, so we all have obstacles. We all hear no, but because we don't do like the no count up at the meeting. Okay, everybody who had one postponement, wave your hands. Two we don't have the queen of postponements. We don't have the queen of no show hostesses. We don't have the queen of no guests. So you all just assume that if Carrie stands up and said, oh, I had an $800 week, and Lenore says, well, I had a $500 week, and you think everybody else is selling but me, but they all get no's too. We all get no's. Do you guys think just because I drive a pink Cadillac that you think that nobody postpones on me? I literally just had a bride tell me, she goes, you know what? I've decided I don't think my bridesmaids and I really want to get pampered. I'm like, okay, do you have a friend you'd like to gift it to? And she goes, oh, can I do that? I said, yeah, do you want to gift it to a sister? I'm happy to give her your gift certificate. And then she didn't want to give it away. It's like, I'm not here to chase people. You know what I mean? So I love what you said, Carrie. It's just like, we all have the same hurdles, just different language, different situation. Like you said, somebody might have a super supportive husband and somebody might have no husband, or an unsupportive mate. All I can tell you is that you get to choose whether you're going to be a victor or a victim, and whether you're going to go through that and push through it. Because think about the lives that you will touch. The higher the ladder, the higher up on the ladder you go, the more lives you can impact. Yes, Carrie can tell us her story here, but at her director debut, there'll be a lot more people. And then she'll be speaking at career conference someday, and she'll be up there on the stage, and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people will get to hear Carrie's story. That's the beauty of this business, is being able to literally take what happens in life, and you get to decide what you're going to do with what happens. So Carrie, any last advice that you want to say, anybody, for this week, or for going to seminar this year?
Yeah, you should go. Like I said, I've been to everyone. My husband, I believe, is going again. I'm not sure. He hasn't really told me. Only because
I think if you're debuting on stage as a new director, and you might be Janice's queen,
well,
I'm
it's
pretty
hard
sure
for
he'll
him
be.
because it is his busy time. And last year it was more on the weekend, but he is the boss of his own business, so he gets to say
He'll be there. He'll be there.
The amount that you grow and the different people and just conversations you get to have. I mean, you see people from everywhere, and everybody's willing to talk to you if you stop them and talk to you.
And what Carrie just said is absolutely true. You can be in line, and all of a sudden a national walks by because they're in the turquoise suits, and you say, excuse me, could I ask you a quick question? They'll say, sure, what's your question? Like, they literally will stop and talk to you. And same thing with every top director. I'm like, go find somebody who has a queen bee on. Go find somebody who's got the queen bee and go up and talk to them and say, was it your goal to be the queen? And how, like anything, or how do you handle postponements, or how do you handle 7 kids, or whatever? Because everybody's working through some kind of juggling of something, whether it be a tape we were told as a child, like you're not smart enough, you're not cute enough, whatever, or maybe it's the situation that we are in that we choose to hold on to. So I will tell you guys, if you want to flood your brain with good stuff, go on YouTube and type in Tony Robbins. There's pretty much nothing you can't, or John Maxwell. There's probably nothing that you can't listen to that won't empower you. So every morning when you're working out or doing just a chore, you should be listening to Tony Robbins or John Maxwell all the time, or Mary Kay. One of those 3. And I highly, highly recommend you guys call in every day to either Quantum Leap or the $1 Million Message. Quantum Leap, I'm a part of. There's 6 of us. There's recordings Monday through Saturday, and they don't cost you a dime. Every morning I call in, I put it on speaker, and I listen. Doesn't matter. I always learn. You're never out of school. Ever, ever, ever. You're never out of school. So I'd love for you guys to put in the chat section how many faces you've done this week, your total sales. I did put prizes in the mail to both Marty and Carrie for last week. Marty had a $600 week. Carrie McCurdy had a $450 week. So please let me know what your weeks are. If your weeks are over 300, I do put very fun prizes in the mail to you. So month end is not over. So you guys still have some time. We're going to end the meeting early because I want you guys to realize you still have time. I want you to maybe call that best friend, somebody you would really, really love to work with. Congratulations, Carrie, on a $500 week. And literally just say to them, you know what? I really would love to have you on my team, and I'll tell you why. I love your energy. I think it would be fun to do Mary Kay together. Even if you're coming in just for the discount, it's only $10 to start. And send her your agreement link and get her signed up tonight. You never know. Lori and I both joined, quote, just for the discount. In fact, in our room, Kathy Calabro was in our room, and so was it was Kathy Calabro, who's a director from Santa Barbara, director over 25 years. It was me, it was Kelly Magoon and Melanie Nelson. All 4 of us said that we joined just to get the discount, and we're all 4 directors. So just because somebody says to you, no, I'm not saying go look for everybody who just wants to do personal use, but just because they say they're in for personal use doesn't mean that's where they're going to stay. Does that make sense? All right, you guys. So I put in the chat the script. So if you want, copy and paste that into something else. See that script right there? It says Happy Friday. Change that to say Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And it says, Susie, can I borrow your face for 5 minutes, either in person or virtual, sometime in the next week? I've got several new Mary Kay products. I need to get 60 opinions in honor of our MK's 60th anniversary challenge. I promise to make it worth your time. What you think? You guys, that's easy, straightforward, simple. Copy and paste that right now onto something. Okay. And if you can't, if I end our Zoom, you can go onto our Zoom, onto our boards app and grab that. I want you all know my phone number. I'm not going to put it on the Zoom because my Zoom gets posted. I don't want everybody to have my cell phone number on YouTube. But if you text me tonight, you just got to get one person to say yes. The very first person you text might say yes. You might have to text 3 to get a yes, maybe 5. But everybody who gets at least 1 yes tonight and texts me is going to get a surprise. But the goal is to get 5 by tomorrow night. So you have two ways to win prizes. Get 1 tonight and or get 5 by tomorrow. And if you do both, I will send you 2 things. Okay. Anybody have questions on this? Now, remember, tomorrow night is Janice's watch party. So if you're relatively new, like Shalane and Rebecca and you guys, honestly, I would say it counts toward my training. Can I borrow you tomorrow to watch this virtual event? And I just need your opinion. It's roughly 45 minutes. Here's what's amazing. And I know Shalane and Rebecca can attest to this. When they log in and they see there's 130, 150 people on, they are blown away because they think it's going to be like this. They think there's going to be 10 or 12 people on. They log in and they're like, there's 135 people on here. They are blown away. And Janice is pretty entertaining. Let's be real. She's entertaining. So I will tell you guys, the month isn't over. We still have an opportunity to do the $10 starter kit. If you've got somebody on your heart, I have 3 customers that are also to fill out an agreement tonight, and you just never know what they're going to do. All right. So you guys have got a challenge. Get 1 person to book a 5 and 5 with you. Fab 5. The script is on boards. It's also right there. And everything is recorded. This will all be posted on YouTube. No sales. Okay. So let me know what I can do to help you guys. Okay. Let's finish this month up strong. We've only got 5 more orders this month. We only need 5 more orders and 8 agreements. And I'm going to get at least 1 or 2 agreements. So we can totally do this. 5 orders and we're going to have 2 big drawings. All right, you guys. See you soon. Good night, everybody.